Hi, this is Chinwendo. I've been talking about wholeness all this, so I've been writing about it actually. So today I decided to talk about it. Have you noticed that there is a life that is available to us, or you may not have noticed that there is a life that is available, excuse me, to us, other than the life we have always known. This life is a beautiful life. It is a life of completeness, wholeness, calmness, peace of mind. When I used to hear Bishop Oyedepo say that he lives with zero worries, zero concern about things, I used to wonder that I used to think maybe probably because he is rich. And now when I started my own journey of inner healing, journey of personal growth and development, which I prefer to call human potential development, that is gotten through transformative education. So what happened is that I started growing. I started seeing changes in my life. I started noticing some inner states that I have never experienced before in my life. And I would call my mentor and tell him, see what I'm experiencing. He'll say that I should put them down, and have never read about them anyway, and I would give them the name, that the way I am feeling about them, that I will give them the name suitable to them. So with time I started now getting to see that there were actually people talking about them, and books have been written about those things, and one of them is wholeness. So, and I just called it wholeness, not knowing that people have even experienced them before now, and I also call it wholeness. So let me start by telling you what wholeness is. It is a state, an inner state. It can be seen with the physical eyes. So it is the person that has gotten to wholeness that can describe it. So it is an inner state of completeness. You are no longer fragmented and scattered here and there. You are complete. It is an inner feeling of calmness, absolute peace, and rest. This state reminds me of what the Bible said in the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, those that have entered their rest. So it seems to me that that's what the Bible talked about there, because it is a state of complete rest. This rest I'm describing here is not like you won't have issues of life. It does not mean that things will not come up that you may want to, that can be called challenges. But for you to get to that place, you will find out that you have developed a different perspective about what we call challenges. Just like Shakespeare said that that nothing out there is really bad or good, that it is our thinking that make them so. So you will see that what we call challenges and we call them bad are not bad. They are just experiences of life. I've read somewhere in the book of Proverbs that where Solomon said that both the good and the bad times are stuck on each other. So you're gonna experience the good one times, you're gonna experience the bad times too. So they are set over each other, against each other, like on top of each other. So, but your perspective about them will change. So I see pain, whatever that I experience, as just an experience of life. Is not good nor bad. So this is why in personal growth and development or human potential development, they teach about, or spirituality, non-attachment to things. That is what it means, because you're not attached to the ones we call the bad, you're not also attached to the ones we call the good. They are just experiences of life. So you look at them with the same bearing, like, I am grateful for this, I am equally grateful for the other one, and you move on. So wholeness is a place where you want to be. I call it heaven on earth, because what we may think heaven on earth is having money like Dangote. That is part of it, but that is not all there is to it. So when Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you, I think this is what he's referring to, because you may not really know they pursue the kingdom of God out there. When the Bible says that your body is the temple of God, I think this is what it's referring to, because the wholeness thing is you come into that inner robustness, you come into knowing knowing for sure that you are the light, because you feel the light, it burns within you, you know it is glowing right inside of you, and you are totally at rest. Not because you have now become perfect, maybe at one time or the other. In the case of my own life, the old you may also rear its head. Like sometimes something can happen and you are really very unconscious. You can react to them as against observing them and all that. So, but what I'm saying, that wholeness is a place to be. So when you check the etymology of the word wholeness, you will see that it translates to the root word of wholeness is holiness, hellness. So the state of being whole. So it means that it is a state of holiness, which is an attribute of God. So it can be said that wholeness is an attribute of God. So that reminds me of what Jesus said, that ye are gods. And we have been insisting that we are mere men, but we are not. We are spirit beings having a human experience. How that knowledge can shift your life beautifully, how it can transform your life only if you can embrace it. You will see that everything you have been struggling after, they will begin to come after you. And that reminds me of what Jesus said, that seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. It is true. It is true. They will be added on to you. You'll be surprised. Life will become magical. I've been writing about these things all this while, and I don't really know if people are understanding what I'm saying. I don't really know if they are getting it, because I could remember back then I was living just like every other person, the church girl and the good girl thing and everything, and but something happened to me one day, and the trajectory of my life changed, and that thing that happened to me brought me to where I am now. So I started seeing that a lot of the things we have been told, we have been fed with, are not really how things are. So a lot of things changed, and it brought me to where I am now. So I am what I am actually saying, why I am describing this state, is for you to know that all there is about life is not the whole what we call in personal growth and development or human potential development as victims mentality. This is where the majority of the people of the world are. I was there. You think that life is against you. You think you approach life beggarly, and think that things are happening to you. But we actually the creators of our realities. Until I came across that word, that statement, as within, so without, from law of correspondence. That was when it hit me home. Although I've started realizing that already, because when I came under the mentorship of my mentor, he gave me the first book he gave me to read is that book they call Who Moved My Cheese. So already from that book and other books he started giving me, I've already started seeing it. But what really drove it home for me is that as within, so without. And I realized that this is the statement I've been looking for all this while. So it dawned on me completely. And I started my inward journey of healing, inward journey of true self-reflection. I started observing, who am I? Who are you, Chwendu? Beyond the name Chwendu, beyond your physical appearance, beyond all the labels you have acquired. Who are you? So I started asking those questions. I started observing, and I noticed how I have been, my thoughts, how they have been in a secular manner, and how they have really kept me where I was then. I noticed how the little things I believe here and there have kept me where I was then. And I started untangling them. And as I started that journey of untangling, healing, changing, growing, I came to this place of wholeness, and I realized that it is a life that is available to all of us. All of us can move into it. No matter what you want health, you want money, you want everything, it is all available here. So there are two ways to have things in our lives: attracting by law of attraction. Of course, it's always working, whether we are using it consciously or unconsciously. It's always working. You're always attracting who you are. You don't attract what you want. I want money, I want money, I want money, I am broke, I'm broke, I want money. It is who you are that you will attract. Assuming the template of your life is playing, the CD of your life is playing poverty, 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 you will attract poverty to yourself, or you will attract being broke to yourself. So that was what I was attracting back then, because the template of my life in that area, the CD of my life in that area was playing, I am broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. So life was always presenting me with being broke. No matter how much I made then, I always wind up being broke. And I still saying, perhaps there are forces keeping me down here, forcing me down. Every time I make money and come up, it will force me down. And until I came to know these things, and I saw that, oh, I've been the one keeping myself down. Or it's no, there are, it's nothing out there that there. I observed that it wasn't anything out there that kept me down but myself, through my thoughts, through ignorance, of course. So ignorance is not an excuse. So what I have been trying to do with everything I have been saying here all this while is to help you see that you can really change your life, and it is who you are that life gives you, not what you want. So the degree you are changing, life will be reflecting that to you. So when you come to wholeness, which is a state of completeness, life will be all reflecting back the same thing to you, in your finances, your health, your relationships. Those that are not supposed to be in your life will somehow begin to show their true colors, and they will fizzle out of your life, and all that. Those that are supposed to be in your life will come in. So it is not about, as I was saying earlier, two ways of having things: pursuing, struggling after things, and attracting. Attracting does not negate working. It doesn't mean that you won't work or you won't put in work. You will still put in work, but it will be an inspired action, or as they said, as Napoleon Hill will always say, it's having a worthy goal you're pursuing, a worthy vision you're pursuing. So it will be by that, instead of just, I want money, I have to have money. You are struggling, doing all manner of things. So it will no longer be by that means. So you'll be guided on what to do. If you're going to invest in cryptocurrencies, shares, whatever you're going to invest in. I wanted to say MM. So is you will be guided. So what matters is that you are reflecting. Life will be reflecting back this state to you. So talking about MMM, I do not encourage anyone to invest in Ponzi scheme. It is not it doesn't work, period. So you invest in things that really work. I'm not also saying you should invest in cryptocurrency. I'm not an investment expert. I just use them as an example. So life will just begin to reflect back that to you. And that is it. The video is getting too long. So that will be all. In the next video I will make before the week runs out, I will explain further. So wholeness is a life that is available to all of us. It is heaven on earth kind of life, and it is the life we have been given to live. Is free. So it's not like you pay for it. So why not take this inner journey of coming to this place of beauty, place of how do I describe it? Rest, complete rest of mind, peace of mind. One of my mentees said that, is it really possible in this part of the world to live a life of zero worries? I told her, yes, it is possible, because I have observed it in my life. Perhaps by knowledge, I have come to know that, of course, worrying is you are telling life that you are not capable of taking care of me. So you can live a life of zero worries. That is the life available to us in this thing I'm describing, living a life of wholeness. I live with zero worries. It is true. I have friends too that live with zero worries. So when Jesus said we are of this world, but we are in this world, but we are not of this world, I believe this is what he's talking about. So you can live in this 3D world and not operate in this 3D world. It's very, very possible. So this is it for today. Do have a wonderful day. Until I see you again. Bye.